Everyone who saw this seed died. But I swallowed it. I nurtured it for 18 years. Just because my father told me before he died. Once the seed sprouted inside me, I would be completely reborn. But before the seed sprouts, I can't speak a word. If I do, I'll bring down the wrath of the heavens. Everyone has thought I'm mute for 18 years. Tomorrow is the last day. But on this very day, my fiancée Jiang Luoxi picked up a big knife and held it to her neck. I'd rather die than marry Lin Chen. Her father is also troubled by this.
He unconsciously glances at me.
A good-looking young man, but sadly a mute, and also a useless guy with no spiritual root.
His daughter
Is a once-in-a-generation prodigy with a grade 6 spiritual root. She has already been accepted as a personal disciple by an elder of Qingshuan sect. We are from totally different worlds. Husband, if this doesn't work, let Ruxue marry instead of Luoxi. The moment those words came out, everyone in the Jiang family looked at Jiang Ruxue. A girl in a green dress, gracefully poised. She is much prettier than her younger sister Jiang Luoxi, but sadly she's the child of a concubine. So her status in the Jiang family is much lower than Jiang Luoxi's. Dad, I want to stay by your side and look after you. Please don't make me get married. The girl bites her lip hard and pleads helplessly. Jiang Zhengye grits his teeth and drops to his knees. Do you want Dad to beg you on his knees? Please don't do this. Fine, I'll marry, okay? The moment she agreed, his eyes were full of grievance. Jiang Jingyang straightened up and smiled at Lin Chen with relief. What do you think? I sat calmly in the corner, slowly sipping my tea. The Jiang family never planned to marry Jiang Luoxi to me. They had always planned to use Jiang Ruxue as the sacrifice. I took out paper and pen I always carried and wrote a quick note. Uncle, please don't make things hard on Ruxue. The Jiang family has taken care of me for 10 years. Let's call off the engagement today. I always meant to end this engagement. Ever since 10 years ago, when my dad saved the old master of the Jiang family, I've been staying at the Jiang residence since then. My father passed away 3 years ago. The Jiang family grew distant from me. Now it's my time to leave. Jiang Zhengyang finished reading the note and was secretly thrilled. He's wanted me gone for a long time. But Liu Yingshuang still bravely wanted me to stay. Of course, I knew what he was thinking. He wanted to ensure his daughter's future, threatening that marrying me would ruin her happiness forever. I said nothing and looked at Jiang Ruxue, quietly crying, sighed helplessly. I knew that even if I saved her today, her future could be even worse. Jiang Ruxue is the only one who's ever been kind to me. The year my father died, I was overwhelmed with grief, fell seriously ill, and the Jiang family ignored me. Only Jiang Ruxue took care of me. It was really hard for me to refuse, so I agreed. Only then did Liu Yingshuang smile. She couldn't wait for us to get married. Jiang Ruxue wiped her tears. Eyes red and swollen, she came over to me. Come with me. I just have something to tell you. I followed Jiang Ruxue to her room. Her room was very simple. Jiang Ruxue went to her vanity, opened the drawer under the mirror, and pulled out a small pouch from the corner. It was full of silver pieces big and small. You shouldn't have agreed, little mute. They don't really want you to marry me. They just don't want to look ungrateful. Once my sister joins Qingshuan sect, they'll start mistreating you. They'll find ways to kick you out. Take this money and leave the Jiang family. I don't want you to live like me. I wrote another note. This is my home, no matter how they treat me. I can't leave. As she spoke, her voice started to break. Tears sparkled in her eyes. I stepped forward and patted her head. From now on, you should call me husband. Jiang Ruxue suddenly looked up, her big snow-like eyes wide open. You spoke. You're not mute. Did I ever say I was mute? You've been pretending all along. Why fake being mute? I put my hands behind my back and quietly looked out the window. At that moment, 2 thunderclaps boomed in the clear sky, scaring everyone in the Jiang house to run outside to look. Jiang Ruxue jumped at the sudden thunder. I looked grave and said nothing. I had just spoken, exposing my aura, and that's what brought down the heavenly thunder. Jiang Ruxue saw an obvious sadness in my expression. Okay, enough. I won't ask anymore. Pack up and leave. Hurry. If Liu Yingshuang finds out you were never mute, She start getting all suspicious again. I'm not leaving, I'm staying to marry you. I'll protect you from now on. Stop bragging. Your spiritual root isn't even as good as mine. I just smiled in silence and quietly looked at her, not wavering at all. Jiang Ruxue saw my calm and determined eyes and felt her heart warm up. She hesitated for a moment, then pushed the money pouch back into my hands. Her cheeks a little red. Take it as my wedding gift to you. A strange feeling welled up in my heart. I never imagined one day a girl would hand me her life savings to use as bride price to marry her. She gently fixed my clothes. Why are you standing there in a daze? Uncle Lin lived a poor life, didn't leave you any money. I hope my savings can help you. I couldn't hold back anymore and hugged her slim waist, pulling her close. Ruxue blushed bright red, her body stiff, not moving at all, letting me hold her. After a long moment, she finally reacted and hurriedly broke free from me. I am going to dry the clothes. Watching her running away, I put the pouch back on the table. Ruxue, I promise I'll give you a proper wedding. Meanwhile, in Liu Yingshuang's bedroom, Auntie, how could you marry cousin to Lin Chen? That useless bum. Please take back your order. Let my cousin marry me instead. Lu Zheng is Liu Yingshuang's nephew, a genius with a grade 3 spiritual root. Liu Yingshuang brought him up since he was little, raising him in the Jiang family. He's turned out great. Already reached key condensation level 5 at just 20. He's helped Liu Yingshuang earn face with her family. The only thing that bothers Liu Yingshuang is that Lu Zheng really likes Jiang Ruxue. In other ways, Zheng, Auntie can let things go. But for this one thing, I can't give in. So drop it. No more nonsense. But seeing Lu Zheng's grief-stricken face, she eventually softened her heart, saying meaningfully, think about it. What if Ling Chen dies suddenly? I see, thanks, Aunt. I'll go help arrange the wedding now, to get them married quickly. But the moment he stepped out, the smile on his face faded, replaced by a cold malice. At dawn, in a humble room in the Jiang West Wing, I paced back and forth. I've waited 18 years for this day. I thought I was composed enough to face the seeds sprouting calmly. But when the day finally arrived, I couldn't sleep a wink, my heart filled with anxiety. Just then, a piercing beam of light broke through the clouds, shining into the room. At that exact moment, the hard shell of the seed in my body cracked. I quickly sat cross-legged, holding my breath. Inside my sea of consciousness, a sprout broke the soil. Its appearance seemed to disturb some supreme being, bringing down waves of world-ending lightning to crush it back into the ground. But the sprout slowly opened, effortlessly absorbing every lightning bolt. I watched as that single seed devoured the sky, using lightning as nourishment, growing into an endless, towering tree. The lightning, realizing it was powerless, gradually faded away. The Taishu ancient tree scattered green light, merging into my body, nurturing a spiritual root in my danshan. A root! I finally have a spiritual root. The transformation I've awaited for 18 years is here. After a long time, I calmed down and examined this spiritual root. Then I froze. Transparent? My root is actually transparent? It has no color at all. Jiang Awaxi's root is deep blue, representing grade 6. The highest rank is a white root, representing grade 9. But I've never heard of a transparent root. I'll have to go to the testing tower to confirm. Just then, I suddenly noticed the lush Taixu sacred tree was covered in huge, transparent fruits. Inside the lowest hanging fruit, a cultivation manual was sealed, a high-level technique, dragon-seeking mirror. I was shocked. The Jiangs are an old power in Liuxian City, yet their best manual is only a mid-tier Wang sword style. I tried to jump and grab the fruit, but an invisible force pressed me back down. A flicker of information appeared in my mind. Reach the limit of the first floor before you can take it. Then the dark world before my eyes faded, returning me to the simple room. I didn't delay at all, leaving the Jiang mansion and heading to the testing tower. It was still early, and the tower hadn't opened yet. Many youngsters were already waiting to be tested. Jenner, it's your retest today. Don't be nervous. The master said you were too tense last time, which led to a lower result than normal. Lu Zheng nodded heavily. Jiang resources were limited. Most went to Jiang Luoxi. The rest was split by talent. If he was a step behind, his resources would be far less. So for this retest, he had to show his true level. If you reach grade 3 high, I'll convince the elders to let you learn the Jiang clan swordplay. Lu Zheng was thrilled. The Jiang clan swordplay, a mid-tier Huang grade technique, one of the top styles in Liuxian City. Only core clan members could access it. After 10 years of being looked down upon, he was finally reaching the core. Amidst his excitement, he spotted a familiar figure out of the corner of his eye. He was surprised. Lin Chen, what are you doing here? I calmly wrote on a note. Same as you. Until my strength is high enough, I plan to keep playing the mute, to avoid suspicion. Lu Zheng shook his head, his eyes full of contempt. Before this, I had tested many times, and each time I had no root. He patted my shoulder. Roots are something you're born with. You either have one or you don't. What's wrong with living as a commoner? Why chase what you can't have? Just then, the door opened, and a lazy old man walked out. Same old rules. Excellent results get a manual reward. Everyone looked indifferent. In decades, only Jiang Wuxi had ever won a reward. At the master's command, everyone entered the testing rooms. After the stone door closed, I looked at the floating crystal ruler in the center. Taking a deep breath, I walked up to the crystal ruler and placed my palm on it. Instantly, the crystal ruler trembled, and a wave rose from the bottom. It hit the red mark, then shot right to orange. My heart eased a little. Soon the wave hit yellow and surged fiercely to green. Then it blasted straight to the top black mark. My heart was in my throat. My mouth went dry. Grade 8 had broken the city's record, but the test wasn't over. The wave made one last push to the highest mark. White. My pupil shrank. Uncontrollable joy filling my eyes. A grade 9 spiritual root. A legendary rank. Yet the wave still didn't stop. Beyond the ruler was a vast blank space, without any markings. But the wave kept rising. Finally, it shot off the scale and flew out of the room. I was stunned. What kind of root is this? Almost the moment the wave shot out. In the next room, Lu Zheng was watching his crystal. The wave had stopped right between grade 3 mid and high. His face turned pale. Rise, damn it, rise higher. Lu Zheng pounded the crystal harder, roaring in anger.
He thought grade 3 high
Was a sure thing, but he was just a hair short. Just then, the wave from my room surged past his. The powerful force pulled his crystal along, and his wave instantly climbed again, stopping at the white mark. The master was lying on his bamboo chair, pen in one hand, registry in the other. From Lu Zheng's room, a white light shot through the door crack. The master rubbed his eyes, looking dazed. With a loud clang, he suddenly stood up. His aura sent the chair flying yards away. His old face was written with pure shock. A grade 9 root has appeared. The words fell. The whole testing tower was bathed in dazzling white light. A bright beam shot straight into the sky. It pierced right through the clouds. Jiang Ruxue finished her meditation. Spiritual energy swirled around her. Her eyes sparkled with power. Jiang Zhengye, standing nearby, looked proud. Ruxue, you've reached the 9th level of key refinement. At your age. That's unheard of in our Guizhou city. You do have a 6th grade spiritual root, so it's no wonder you cultivate so fast. Once I join King Yun's sect and get a better cultivation technique from Huang Pi, I'll improve even faster. Modi caught a glimpse of the bright white pillar of light. He was shocked. Dad, what's going on? It came from inside the testing tower. Could this mean a rare spiritual root has appeared? I've heard you mention that years ago in the neighboring Bian city, a genius with an 8th grade spiritual root showed up. During the spiritual root test, a black beam shot up into the sky.
It looked just like this.
Luoshi stared at the beam in disbelief.
He unconsciously bit his lip.
As proud as he was, he just couldn't accept it. Someone in Guizhou City has a spiritual root way stronger than his. He watched the fading light. Gritting his teeth, he tossed aside his sword and rushed toward the testing tower. I have to see who it is. Jiang Zhengye got worried about his impulsiveness and grew even more curious. He hurried to catch up. All of Guizhou City went into chaos because of the white pillar of light. It was total mayhem. Countless cultivators went crazy, all rushing toward the testing tower. They wanted to witness this miracle, seen only once in hundreds of years. Even a few old clan leaders who hadn't shown up in years, and were rumored to be dead, came out of seclusion. Everyone wanted to see the new genius with their own eyes. On the side, many cultivators stormed out the doors and hurried to Lu Zheng's stone chamber. They were all stunned. A legend! I just witnessed a legend. I never thought I'd see a 9th grade spiritual root in my life. Is 9th grade really the strongest? Of course it is. 9th grade is top tier. Well, there's a legend of one even higher, called the infinite spiritual root. Supposedly, it's invisible and formless. Totally transparent. Way stronger than 9th grade by 10 or even 100 times. But that only exists in myths. It's impossible in real life. I was in the neighboring chamber, so of course I felt what was going on. No way did Lu Zheng just get a 9th grade root. I looked surprised. If he was that talented, why did he burn through 10 years of Jiang family resources and still fall behind Jiang Ruxue with her 6th grade root? As I was thinking, my crystal ruler reacted again. A cloud of blue-green light floated up from the pool, landing right in front of me. As the glow faded, it turned out to be 2 manuals. One was the Clear Wind Sutra, a high-level yellow-ranked cultivation method. The other was the 7 Stars Sword Technique, also high-level yellow-ranked. I was shocked, but whatever the reason, with these 2 techniques and the invisible spiritual root, I'm about to make crazy progress in no time. I put away the manuals and opened the stone door. The big noise drew everyone's attention. Oh, it was Lincoln coming out. Scared me for a second. I thought it was Lu Zheng. Yeah, I thought Lu Zheng was coming out. But isn't this Lincoln's test and he came up empty again? I frowned, but thinking about it carefully, why would he secretly train with 2 top-tier yellow techniques? Quietly getting stronger is the real way to go. Right now, I'm all on my own. If people find out my secret, it'll only bring me big trouble. So I just smiled back and said, Lincoln, you're in here too? What's going on? Jiang Ruxue and Jiang Zheng hurried over. I looked calm and wrote a note. Lu Zheng was found to have a 9th grade spiritual root. No way, that can't be. He couldn't handle the letdown and started crying. I sighed silently and wrote a comforting note. Just focus on your cultivation. Wait for what the future brings. Jiang Ruxue glanced at me, thinking I was mocking him. You look pretty happy, seeing me cry, huh? I was speechless. Why take it out on me? At that point, the tower master, also noticing Jiang Zheng arrive, hurried over. He squeezed out a super friendly smile. Brother, congrats. Congratulations. Jiang Zheng was caught off guard. Then the top expert in Huzhou City, Lord the Jifeng, also bowed and congratulated the Jiang family leader. Congratulations. The Jiang family has a true dragon now. Seeing the Jifeng force a smile, Jiang Zheng felt like he was dreaming. Not long ago, he brought big gifts to visit the Jifeng and was turned away. Now the Jifeng was making the first move. Even a reclusive old master came over to chat warmly. Jiang Zheng was stunned for a while. Before he calmed down, he understood this was all because of Lu Zheng. He knew Lu Zheng deserved all the credit. Liu Yingshuang strutted over, full of pride. Husband, I insisted on bringing Zhener here to the Jiang family, against everyone's objections back then. What did you say at the time? Jiang Zheng looked ashamed. Back then he totally objected. But Liu Yingshuang threatened her life to convince him. So he barely agreed. I was blind to his talent. It's all thanks to you, dear. That's how our Jiang family ended up with Zhenger. He's going to be an absolute legend. Liu Yingshuang beamed with pride. Soon as everyone waited, Lu Zheng finally opened the stone door. He came out looking confident. He walked up to Jiang Zheng, dropped to one knee. Thank you, Aunt and Uncle Jiang, for raising me all these years. I won't let you down. I tested for a 9th grade spiritual root. Jiang Zheng wouldn't dare act superior. He quickly helped him up. You mustn't. You're a true genius, Zhenger. I'm not worthy of your bow. Lu Zheng felt better than ever. Suddenly, out of the corner of his eye, he spotted me. Everyone else seemed in awe of his 9th grade root. But I stood there, hands in my sleeves, calm as ever. Lincoln, you got a problem with that? He barked the words at me. I turned to look and wrote back deadpan, no way. Pathetic, a rootless nobody. What right do you have to act all high and mighty? He turned to Jiang Zhengyang and respectfully bowed. Uncle Jiang, I have a request. I've been close with Ruxue since we were kids. Please let me marry Ruxue. Jiang Zhengyang hesitated. He already promised Ruxue to me. How could he just take it back for him? He already agreed to marry Ruxue to me. Can he just change his mind now? Change his mind, uncle. If I announce I want to get married, I'm sure plenty of families here would jump to marry into my family. Then I'd be someone else's son-in-law. Lu Zheng crossed his arms behind his back and pretended not to care as he spoke. Jiang Zhengya's face changed dramatically, right when he was about to decide. I picked up my brush. Uncle Jiang, do you agree or not? Happiness, like Zhu, comes from skill, not just talk. I'm willing to compete with Lu Zheng. Jiang Zhengyang saw this and instantly felt relieved.
He quickly looked at Lu Zheng.
Jenner, what do you think? A loser wants to challenge a 9th grade spirit root. Alright, here's your chance. Even if you lose, you can brag about this forever. Jiang Zhengyang finally breathed easy. You have 3 days. Whoever breaks through a level will qualify. What about Jiang Ruxue? I immediately raised my brush. Lu Zheng smiled confidently. 1 level. Uncle, don't underestimate my 9th grade spirit root. Let's see in 3 days. Just then, an old man in fine clothes stepped out from a group of big shots. Young Master Lu, I'm Qin Changsheng. Everyone was stunned. Qin Changsheng, head of the top alchemy family in Guizhou City, using family secret formulas to dominate the refining business, monopolized all the nearby cities' trade. Qin Changsheng smiled, holding a brocade box. Inside were 10 small jade bottles lined up. The Qin family congratulates young Master Lu on being tested with a 9th grade root. These 10 refining potions are for that 9th grade spirit root. These 10 bottles of refining liquid are a gift for young Master Lu. Hope you'll win the beauty in 3 days. I narrowed my eyes a little. Qin family is clearly supporting Lu Zheng. He seemed to notice my gaze. Qin Changsheng didn't back down, acting like he didn't care. Also, from today on, all Qin family shops are forbidden to sell refining potions to Lincoln. My gaze turned cold. I quickly moved my brush. Hope you won't regret this. Qin Changsheng sneered. Regret not giving up on you. A loser. And clinging to young Master Lu. I looked at him meaningfully, then glanced away. I quietly left. On the way back, a Qin family elder following Qin Changsheng looked uneasy. Why did you press down so hard on that youngster just now? The reason is, 10 years ago, a mysterious soul master emerged.
His mid-grade refining potion
Almost destroyed the Qin family's century-old business. Qin Changsheng spoke with meaning. Do you remember when Lu Zheng arrived at Guizhou City? The elder thought about it and gasped in shock. 10 years ago. Patriarch. Are you saying? Once I got back, I shut the door and clenched my fist tightly. Lu Zheng, I don't believe. I'm not better than you. I opened the Breeze True Scripture and started to focus on reading. Maybe because I was baptized by the Void Ancient Tree. My body felt different. Everything just clicked for me. An hour later, I sat cross-legged and trained, quietly chanting the mantra. Inside, my transparent spirit root felt like a giant root buried in thin air. Chanting the mantra silently, the transparent spirit root inside, like massive roots in the void, slowly draws ki from the air. Soon, strands of ki gather from all around, turning into pure spiritual power. I cultivate tirelessly, until at dawn, a beam of bright sunlight wakes me, slowly opening my eyes. I jump off the bed with hope, circulate my danshan, and throw a punch. A soft pop of compressed air reaches my ears. Ki refining level 2. Overnight, I reached ki refining level 2. Level 1 took 3 whole days. But I'm not overconfident. Level 2 is not enough. I try to keep cultivating, but the ki absorption is much slower. Higher levels need refining liquid. Suddenly, I recall my dying father. He told me to take his old box, bury it before his grave, and not dig it up until the seed sprouts. Since he left such a magical seed, the box must hold something special. I get up to open the door, but hear Ruoxu's pleas next door. Aunt, these are my monthly resources. Please don't take them. Liu Yingshuang and 2 maids. Corner Jiang Ruoxu. The maids hold her hands. And Liu pulls out a bottle of liquid. She looks cold. Think I don't know. You want to give this to that loser? You want him to win? In your dreams! Liu smashes the bottle on the ground. The precious liquid spills everywhere, mixing into the dirt. Ruxue breaks free and falls to the ground too. The precious liquid spills everywhere, mixing into the dirt. She breaks free from the maids. Collapsing to the ground, she tries to save the soaked soil. The gentle girl is in tears. Xiao Fan is already so pitiful. Why do you bully him? To even take one bottle of liquid. Liu claps her hands dismissively. The liquid belongs to the Jiangs. If he has guts, he'll find his own. She sways her hips and leaves satisfied. Ruxue crouches helplessly, sobbing with guilt. I come up behind her and place a hand on her back, patting her gently. She turns in surprise, sees it's me, and feels even guiltier. She sobs in my arms. I'm sorry. Xiao Fan, I'm useless. I should have been more careful. I pat her slender back. Silly girl, I can't thank you enough. How could I blame you? Ruoxu's eyes are red. That was the only gift I had for you. How did I get such a fiancé? I agree with one thing, Liu said. A man shouldn't win by relying on a woman. Go back and rest. I'll find a way. Ruoxu is silent for a while. She nods. Okay, just do your best. No matter what happens, I won't blame you. Then she leaves the estate, heading for the herb-rich Mist Mountain. She couldn't bear to see me alone, so she still wanted to help. Meanwhile, I also leave the estate and head to the cemetery. Father, your son is here. I've come to see you. Kneeling before the grave, I burn paper money and candles. I recall the years we spent together. Father was a man of few words. He loved to drink. Drunk, he'd curse the heavens, as if venting frustration. Sober, he'd weep at the moon. Father, I'm getting married, but not to Jiang Ruoxi. It's Ruoxu whom you liked more. You said she was a better fit. She's gentle, quiet, and polite. I smile through my tears. If you were still alive, you'd be grinning ear to ear. After we marry, I'll bring her to see you. But I'm in some trouble. I need to open the box you left. Forgive me for disturbing you. Please understand. One bow 3 times. Then dig at the grave. 3 feet deep. I finally find a black wooden box. I pick it up, feeling surprised. Buried for 3 years, and no bugs have touched it. The box itself is no ordinary item. With a click, the box opens. Inside are 2 jade vials, filled with green spiritual liquid, mid-grade refining liquid. I'm overjoyed. I knew he'd leave me something. I pick up the liquid and find a letter and a scroll. I open the letter with shaking hands. Xiao Fan, when you see this, I've been gone for 3 years. Has your seed sprouted? Is it healthy? What does it look like now? I really want to know, but I'll never see it. The 2 vials of liquid are to help your breakthrough, but the scroll is more important. I had average talent. I studied it all my life and only learned the basics. I only scratched the surface. I barely became a 2-star soul master. I hope you can surpass me and become a great soul master. Then you'll have the power to survive. Lastly, this box was your mother's. She said at 5-star soul master level, you can open the hidden layer. Not opening it was my last regret. If you ever open it, tell me what's inside with a prayer. Keep going, my son. Life will have many twists. Never give up, okay? Tears fall on the letter. It's like Father is saying goodbye. I will live well, Father. I promise. Wiping my tears, I tucked the letter away. So Father was a 2-star soul master. Soul master is the most respected profession in this world, without exception. They have immense soul power and use mysterious soul abilities. They can also refine pills. The Qin family in Guizhou is the top alchemy family because every head of the family inherits an heirloom that boosts soul power briefly. The boost reaches apprentice level. Even so, it let them rule the city. I open the bamboo scroll. It's covered in strange, twisted symbols. After a while, you start to feel dizzy. Notes on the first volume of the Tai Soul Technique. By 8-star Soul Master, the Venerable Xiaoyou. Only those with strong souls can read these words. If a fool tries to read it, at best, you'll get a splitting headache. At worst, your soul will be destroyed. Practice with caution. I can sense the danger of destruction. Practice with caution. I can understand it. That means my soul is stronger than most. I qualified to become a soul master. I sat cross-legged in front of the grave, quietly digesting what I had read. In just half a day, I opened my eyes. Dad, I think I learned some ways to use my soul. I drank a bottle of medium-grade key refining elixir. I put the other bottle inside my robe. Not long after, my body shook. I broke through to level 3 key refining. I filled the pit in front of the grave. I bowed to my father's tombstone, then got up and headed back to the city. But I didn't go back to the Jiang family. Instead, I went to a quiet treasure pavilion. Treasure Pavilion. It's the Chen family's store, the second alchemy family in Guizhou City. The Chen family doesn't have a family treasure like the Qin family. They can only make basic medicine. Their business is much worse than the Qin's. I put on a loose black robe, put on a mask, and walked into the shop. I took out the medium-grade refining elixir from my robe, put it on the counter. The shopkeeper glanced at it. His eyes widened a little. He immediately jumped up from his chair. He rushed over and exclaimed, "Is this really medium-grade refining elixir? After 10 years, I can't believe I see it again. Quick, serve this gentleman some tea. Bring out our best tea." I stayed expressionless. I waved my hand, no need for tea. I'd like to exchange it for these materials. How much can your shop offer? I picked up a pen from the counter and wrote down the refining materials I wanted. The shopkeeper got even more excited. He couldn't help but bow a little. "Sir, are you a soul master by any chance?" I shot him a cold look. The shopkeeper flinched. He quickly pinched himself. "Sorry, I talked too much. Please forgive me, sir. Enough with the chatter. How much can I trade for?" "Please forgive me, sir. Enough with the chatter. How much can I trade for?" The shopkeeper said, "We'll go by market price. A bottle of medium-grade refining elixir is 10,000 taels of silver. Materials for refining elixir are 1,000 taels per set. One bottle can be exchanged for 10 sets. But if you have more refining elixir to sell us, I can offer you 11 sets." After thinking a bit, I nodded. "That works." The shopkeeper was overjoyed. He brought over 11 sets of materials. He rubbed his hands and said, "To be honest, tomorrow's the alchemy family showcase in Guizhou City. If you have more refining elixir, could you sell some to us at the event? Help the Chen family make a mark." I nodded slightly. Then I left the treasure pavilion right away, made sure no one was following me, found a quiet alley, took off my disguise, then walked back onto the street. Hadn't walked far yet, when I suddenly heard a cold laugh. "Well, who do we have here?" Lu Zheng looked pleased.
He was riding a horse, Qin Changsheng next to him.
When they saw me, Lu Zheng pulled the reins. Lu Zheng glanced at the treasure pavilion not far away. He grinned and said, "Qin family head. Some people are just dreaming, thinking they can buy even a low-grade refining elixir." Qin Changsheng said coldly, "In Guizhou City, besides our Qin family, nobody else has refining elixir. If you're looking for it at that treasure pavilion, you're asking the wrong people." Lu Zheng started joking, asking me for refining elixir. Why not just ask me to let his fiancée go? The two of them laughed and rode off. Qin Changsheng sneered, "Forget that refining elixir. As long as I'm here, you'll never get a drop your whole life." I shrugged. Even a dog wouldn't want low-grade key elixir. Soon after, I just shrugged. Even a dog wouldn't want low-grade refining tools. Soon, some big shots from the treasure pavilion came to the Chen family. Miss Chen Siling's face was beautiful. She was tall and slender. Her eyes were full of wisdom. She managed the family business in place of her father. After listening to the manager's report, she said, "Good job." She rewarded the soul master. She got close without being too eager. Whether we can build a relationship with this soul master next depends on his mood. If he can supply us with mid-grade refining liquid at the expo, then we can compete with the Qin family. We'll have a real chance against the Qin family. When I got back home, I found the whole place was in chaos. Search, find them for me. Turn the place upside down. We have to find Jiang Ruxue no matter what. What? Ruxue's gone? Panic hit me. I remembered her leaving suddenly this morning. A bad feeling crept up. This silly girl. Did she really go hunting for rare treasures? It's almost dark now, and she still hasn't come back. Did something happen to her? I rushed out of the city, ran toward Misty Cloud Mountain. Jiang, the beauty, stop resisting. It would be a shame if you fell and ended up as a pancake. On the edge of a cliff, 3 burly men with bats embroidered on their chests were grinning cruelly. They stared at Jiang Ruxue, who was hanging onto vines below the cliff. His palms were bloody from friction. He was exhausted and pale. His body was trembling badly. Below his feet was a deep, mist-filled abyss. Come up already. We just want to catch you and make Lu Zheng pay up his gambling debt. But their greedy eyes never left Jiang Ruxue for a second. If they caught her, anyone could guess what would happen. Jiang Ruxue clenched her teeth. No way! The leader lost his patience. Pull her up. 2 of the men yanked the vines up. Jiang Ruxue saw them losing patience. Pull her up. Again, 2 men started pulling her up. She watched as she was dragged closer to the top. Her heart full of sorrow, she bit her lip and said sadly, Zhao Fan, I'm sorry. Looks like I'll never get to marry you this life. She loosened her grip, ready to jump into the chasm. Right then, someone came running hurriedly. Next second, one of the men pulling the vines got kicked off the cliff. He screamed as he fell into the clouds. The other 2 got furious and fought the newcomer. Quickly, another one fell to the ground screaming. Only one was left, scared out of his mind. He ran off yelling, You dare kill someone from the Bloodbat sect. You're dead. Jiang Ruxue was shocked. Those 3 Bloodbat guys just now. One was level 3 key refining. The other 2 were level 2. A head popped out. He was stunned. Zhao and I pulled him up, face stern. Patting him, I snapped. Who told you to come here? Jiang Ruxue hung her head in guilt. She quietly raised her bloody hand. In her palm was a vibrant herb. She said softly, I just wanted to help you. Seeing her hand bleeding, yet still clinging to the herb, my heart ached. I pulled her into my arms. You're the most important person to me. I never want anything to happen to you. Got it? Lean on my chest. He felt safe like never before, relaxing completely. With deep exhaustion, he just fell asleep. I couldn't bring myself to wake him. I searched the Bloodbat sect corpses and found a token.
The city lord once issued a reward.
Kill a Bloodbat sect member, and you could enter the city lord's cultivation chamber for a grueling session. Many people have leveled up in there. I stored the token away. It was pitch dark all around. Couldn't even see the way down the mountain. So I found a safe cave to stay with Ru. I stored the token away. It was pitch dark all around. Couldn't even see the way down the mountain. So I found a safe cave to stay with Ruxue. As I kept watch over him that night, I didn't just sit around. I took out materials from the treasure pavilion and tried refining. Next morning, I stared at a pile of ashes on the ground. Sighing, I said, wasted 3 batches of materials. But there were 8 bottles of spirit liquid next to me, 7 bottles of high-grade refining liquid, and 1 superb grade. Looks like I'm more talented than my dad. I can refine high-grade key liquid now. And at my best, even make the superb grade. Couldn't wait to gulp down the superb key liquid. Incredible power, burst out 10 times more spirit energy than a low-grade bottle. My body swelled up from the force. I quickly sat cross-legged to train, absorbed it fast. An hour later, I was at key refining level 4, not far from breaking through to level 5. Luoshi went from level 3 to 4. She drank low-grade key liquid every day, and it took her 10 full days. I only needed 1 superb grade bottle to make it. Feeling the power of level 4 key refining, I couldn't help looking at the beautiful face sleeping beside me. I smiled. Ruxue, this time I protected you. Lu Zheng felt even colder inside. He didn't look so good. He stared at the 10 empty bottles of key liquid in front of him. What happened? I finished them all, but still haven't leveled up. Liu Yingshuang was baffled too. With a grade 9 spiritual root plus 10 bottles of low-grade key liquid, even a pig should have leveled up. But Lu Zheng hadn't budged. He could only comfort her. Jenner, going too fast will backfire. Maybe you're just too eager to level up, and it's messing with your mindset. Anyway, you didn't lose. Chen has no spiritual root, no key liquid. Breakthrough is impossible. So it's a tie. Lu Zheng sneered. He doesn't even deserve to compete with. He's not even in my league. I'm just stuck for now. But he'll never break through in his life. Let's settle this in the main hall. Jiang family main hall. Jiang, Ruxue and I returned at dawn. Xiaofan. She looked at the Jiang family gate, afraid to step in, because this was a fight she was sure to lose. It meant she'd have to marry Lu Zheng. She bit her lip and said, "It's okay if I lose. Don't blame yourself. I won't blame you. If I really lost, she'd never give herself to Lu Zheng. She'd rather die again." I held her hand. I said calmly, "I told you I'd protect you, now and always." Then, holding her hand, we stepped into the Jiang family gate. 10 years of living under someone else's roof, and now finally on the rise? I've never wanted to face the Jiang family more than this moment. I'm here to prove I'm not useless. Now I truly deserve Jiang Ruxue. All the elders and juniors of the Jiang family gathered. Some young women too. All dressed up, chatting around Lu Zheng. Jiang Ruxue also chats with him now and then. When they mention that I came back, Jiang Ruxue's smile disappears. Thought you wouldn't dare to come. At least you've got some guts. Everyone starts comparing Lu Zheng and me. The harsh ones speak straight up. I stay expressionless. Heard too many snide remarks over these 10 years. I'm already numb to it. No pointless words. I stand in the hall, standing tall. Raise my brush and write. When do we start? My confident vibe makes them look uneasy. Jiang Ruxue looks surprised. He keeps sizing me up, keeps looking me up and down. Today, I give him a feeling that's hard to describe. Seems like there's confidence deep in my bones. But he just gently shakes his head. A contest with a known outcome. Doesn't matter when it starts. Liu Yingshuang touches her teacup, says slowly, "Lin Chen, do you remember the wager for the contest? If you're not as good as Lu Zheng Ruxue, you gotta marry him." I look at him coldly. Right, if Lu Zheng loses, then please keep your nephew in check. Don't let the toad covet the swan. Liu Yingshuang slams her teacup onto the table. Her phoenix eyes swell with anger. You're just someone living off others. How dare you talk to me like that? If Zhener loses, of course she won't ask anymore. If you lose, then get out of the Jiang house for good. The Jiang family doesn't owe you anymore. I clasp my hands behind my back. Confidently right. All right, let's settle this, Liu Yingshuang says. Zhener, go ahead. Go all out. Even if you don't make a breakthrough, just show progress from before and that counts. Lin Chen can't break through anyway. Lu Zheng steps forward confidently to the hall, faces me from afar. His face is full of contempt. Challenging a 9th-tier spiritual root. If your ancestors of the Lin family knew, they'd be proud too. He raises his fists, swings hard at the air.
Bang!
Level 5 of key training. His perfected power makes the air tremble. Jiang Ruxue is stunned. No breakthrough. That's not right. Even 10th tier key training. Even someone at 6th tier like him should have broken through. Everyone looks at each other. 9th tier spiritual root isn't as strong as expected. Cultivation is hard. Every step is tough. Just 3 days. Getting from key 5 is tough. Just 3 days. Went from key 5 to perfected. That's already impressive. Lu Zheng hears this. Stands up straight. So how about it, Lin Chen? I didn't have a breakthrough, but improved at least. You still lost. I smile and raise my brush. 9th tier spiritual root. Qin Changsheng backed him strongly. But then Liu Yingshuang pounds the table. Sky dragon? You're just a crawler on the ground. What gives you the right to insult the dragon? My smile gets wider. Raise my fist and punch the air. A pure surge of spiritual energy shakes the air. It amazes everyone. 1st tier of key training. Xiaofan, you broke through. Jiang Ruxue's gloomy face. Looks like a field of blooming flowers. She covers her mouth, whispers with surprise. Jiang Ruxue's eyes shake. She's got a spiritual root. Lu Zheng's eyes go wide. Can't accept that. As a proud 9th tier spiritual root. He lost to a nobody. I smile and write with my brush. If my ancestors of Lin family knew I beat a 9th tier spiritual root, they'd be even prouder. Lu Zheng's mockery earlier is like a slap to his own face. Makes him clench his fists.
He's furious.
Liu Yingshuang says coldly. Just 1st tier key training. Look at you, all smug. Is breaking through 1 tier even comparable to 6 tiers? I just smile, raise my hand and punch again. Air cracks with a small bang. I smile calmly with my brush. Then Jiang Ruxue is shocked, mouth agape. 2nd tier of key training. You broke through after 3 days? 2nd tier of key training. Even Jiang Wuxi can't stay seated. I can't even break through to second tier in 3 days. You can't even sit still anymore. I couldn't break through to key refining level 2 in 3 days. Lin Chen, did you really not have a spiritual root before? But then he realized he just asked a pointless question. I was tested 3 times in front of the whole Jiang family. Went for his test 3 times. If I had a spiritual root before, there's no way I could have hidden it. Lu Zheng's pupils widened, totally stunned. Breaking through 1 level was already impressive. Breaking through 2 is just crushing everyone. Liu Yinshuang was shocked, but still tried to make excuses. Getting to key refining level 2 isn't hard. Barely keeping up with Lu Zheng's progress. But as soon as he finished, I punched the air again. A crisp, explosive sound, like a slap to everyone's face. I smirked coldly, pen in hand. And then what? Jiang Wuxi jumped up in shock, knocked her stool over. Didn't even know key refining level 3 was possible? 3 days to get to key refining level 3. Even a top-tier spiritual root couldn't do that. Lin Chen, what's really going on with you? The room went totally silent. Everyone looked at me in awe, staring at this so-called loser who's been nothing for 10 years. One hand behind my back, riding with the other, so what if it's a real dragon? So what if you have a top-tier spiritual root? Just give me time. I'll crush them all beneath my feet. With that, I put my arm around Jiang Ruxue in public, waved my writing brush. Ruxue is mine. No one can take her from me. Lu Zheng felt utterly humiliated. He shouted, Lim, what's with the attitude? I'm not afraid to tell you. The people from Tianji Pavilion are already on their way. When they get here, I'll join them directly. And you? You're just a bug at level 3. Compared to me, you're not worthy. I'm outta here. Scared? Lowlife. That's all you are. Compared to me, you're unworthy. I'm leaving. I shrug. I've always doubted Lu Zheng's so-called top-tier spiritual root. Even with just a transparent root, I reached level 4 in 3 days. It doesn't make sense. How can a top root not break through a single level? When the Tianji Pavilion people come, they'll definitely verify his spiritual root. Will he really still test as top tier then? Liu Yinshuang lost all face today, glaring hard at me. So you have a spiritual root, so what? I was going to skip the betrothal gift out of pity. If you're so capable, have a huge wedding gift ready in 10 days. If you can't, don't blame me for breaking the engagement and marrying Ruxue off to someone else. Jiang Ruxue barely had time to be happy, and now she's worried again. Zhao Fan, I'm afraid my little silver stash isn't enough. Aunt Liu is making things hard for you on purpose, but I won't stress about it now, because I'm a soul master who can make rare elixirs. Ruxue, I'm off to train. Don't go out on your own anymore. Got it? Jiang Ruxue nodded sweetly. Go ahead, I won't cause any more trouble. He watched me leave, looking pleased, her eyes full of hope. Sis, you missed your soulmate. Jiang Ruxue walked over to her and sighed. 3 days to reach key refining level 3. Doesn't mean much next to a top-tier spiritual root. The road ahead, Zheng. Lin Chen can't even dream of catching up. But Jiang Ruxue just stared after me, feeling so content. No matter how strong Lu Zheng is, what's that to me? Lin Chen is the one I truly trust. Jiang Ruxue turned to look at Jiang Ruxue. That face, full of happiness and hope. The one she trusts. Jiang Wuxi turned to look at Jiang Ruxue. That face, full of happiness and hope, felt kind of stung. Is Lin Chen really all that? In front of the city lord's mansion, the street was lined with stalls on both sides. Today is the showcase for every alchemy family in town. Pill makers of all levels are here to show off their best products. Lin Changsheng stood on the large Qin family stage, showing off the best-selling entry-level artifacts. The crowd was huge. Across the street, the Chen family stage was empty. The huge contrast made Chen Silin frustrated. Will that master really show up? The shop manager smiled wryly. Most soul masters are loners. He'll come only if he's in the mood. What makes them even more uneasy is that Qin family. Their heirloom seems to have become even more powerful. Rumor has it, Qin Changsheng already made a mid-grade key refining potion. Chen family's only hope is to get support from that soul master. That's when I arrived between their stages. Qin Changsheng saw me, a smirk on his lips. You all know that kid down there, right? Lin Chen isn't allowed to buy key refining potion anymore. Desperate for a cure, he went to Chan's treasure pavilion but failed. If you do the math, he should have already lost the bet. Got kicked out, right? Lost his wife over one bottle of key refining potion. None of you want that to happen, do you? So if you want to buy, hurry up. Just that ad made the audience rush to buy. Qin Changsheng teased Lin. You're the perfect cautionary tale. Way more useful than 1,000 of my speeches. You're the perfect example. Much better than 1,000 speeches from me. How about you join me to comment? Tell your story every day. How you lost your wife for one bottle of potion. All because of a potion. I gave a sly smile. Wrote with my pen, Master Qin. You're laughing too soon. Qin Changsheng laughed. You got me? I haven't even shared the best news yet. I smiled even deeper. Hope you still laugh later. Turned and walked into an alley. Soon, a cloaked figure came out from it. A mysterious person wearing a mask. This person's gonna be Qin Changsheng and his family's nightmare. I stepped onto the Shan family stage. Chan Silin was pacing back and forth, then caught sight of the shadow and frowned slightly. The manager recognized the outfit instantly, his heart pounding. Miss. It's him! Chan Silin rushed over. Silin greets the master. I got right to the point. How much key refining potion can you buy? Chan Silin tried to keep her cool. The Chan family has 100,000 taels of silver ready. That's enough for 10 bottles of mid-grade key refining potion. I frowned. I don't have mid-grade now. Only superior grade. Chan Silin misunderstood, thought it was about price. Didn't like it and explained. Since the Qin family already made mid-grade potion, it'll definitely sell for under 10,000 taels. We're willing to sell at a loss to gain prestige,
I said calmly.
I don't sell mid-grade. Chan Silin was stunned. I quietly took out a bottle and put it in my palm. I only sell this. Chan Silin's pupils shrank. Making mid-grade and top-grade are totally different. Mid-grade only needs a first-tier soul master. For top-grade, you need a second-tier soul master at least. And as for second-tier soul masters, there's only one in the whole Qingyun sect. One manager was so shocked he blurted out, top-grade artifacts. Don't you want them? I shot back. You want it, right? Of course we do. The manager said quickly, just a senior? How much are you looking to sell for? 10,000 taels. Commander Chun looked a bit skeptical. Even mid-grade cost 10,000 taels. Why is high-grade so cheap? I set out 3 more bottles in front of me. Calmly, I said I only have one request. Bring down the Qin family. Can you do it? Commander Chun suddenly understood. No wonder it's so cheap. Turns out this senior has a grudge against the Qin family. He made the decision right then. If you can supply at this price long term, crushing the Qin family is no problem. I glanced at Qin Changsheng across from me, who looked thrilled. Give me the materials. I'll start making a large batch right now. Chan Silin quickly ordered people to get the materials and pill refining setup ready. Best venue guaranteed. By noon, the exhibition was packed. Qin Changsheng laughed out loud. Everyone, I've got some huge news. The Qin family has successfully developed a mid-grade refining solution, selling for 13,000 taels. The crowd erupted. But just then, everyone. The Shan family also has some great news to share. Chan Silin smiled lightly, holding a tray covered with red cloth. Qin Changsheng frowned. Trying to show off, huh? Just want to compete with my Qin family. But there's no real substance. Chan Silin smirked. She lifted the red cloth. Starting today, the Chan family will be offering a limited number of high-grade refining solution bottles.
A high-grade solution was revealed.
The place exploded with excitement. High-grade, 1 bottle. Its effects are as good as a high-grade bottle, equal to 5 low-grade bottles. Only disciples from Qingyun sect got to use this stuff. Top-tier elixir. Qin Changsheng's pupils shook. How did the Chan family get high-grade refining solution? He panicked. Saw that all his customers rushed to the other booth. He hurriedly shouted, "Everyone, calm down. High-grade refining solution is at least 50,000 taels. Are you sure you can afford it?" But Chan Silin grinned. To thank our old and new customers. For 1 month only. High-grade refining solution will cost just 12,000 taels. What? Cheaper than the Chen family's mid-grade for 13,000? Only a fool wouldn't buy. The Chen family leader just bought from you here. Refund their money. The crowd went wild instantly. One wave rushed to the Chen booth. Another rushed to the Qin booth for refunds. Chaos lasted till dusk. Qin Changsheng looked at all the low-grade refining solution returned to his booth.
Eyes bloodshot.
Why is this happening? He gritted his teeth and muttered. No matter who's backing you, trying to crush the Qin family, you're still too green. I helped Lu Zheng so much. Guess I should ask the protector behind us to step in. Give us some help. In the Chan family's temporary tent behind the booth, I took a sip of tea. After a whole day, managed to make 50 bottles of high grade, 10 bottles of top grade refining solution. The top grade, I kept for myself. Sold the high grade, 50 bottles, for 500,000 taels to the Chan family. Chan Silin walked over with a stack of silver notes. Senior, here's your 500,000 tael silver note. I took it expressionless. I'll make another batch tomorrow. Just prepare the silver and materials for trade. Wait a second, Senior. It's about exchanging resources and materials. Hold on, Senior, Chan Silin said. Top-grade artifact refining alone could hit half of the Qin family's power. But they still have low-grade artifact refining, so they would still survive. Senior, could you make some low-grade ones? I'm staring ahead, lost in thought. It's not that I can't refine low grades. It just takes too much. Working day and night probably still isn't enough. I should focus mostly on my cultivation. Spending time fighting the Qin family just isn't worth it. What if we train some soul master apprentices? Just to refine those? Chan Celine expression turned awkward. I happened to be staring right at his chest. I snapped out of it and apologized. I was thinking about training some soul master apprentices, just to make low grades. But that's not something we should rush. Let's talk in detail when we're free. But Chan Silly's heart skipped a beat at the idea of training apprentices. Jin Changsheng had his family treasure to help. And he's still just at apprentice level. If the Chan family had their own soul master apprentices, we'd never have to worry again. But I just got his interest and now put it aside. Plus with how I was just staring at his chest. He clearly misunderstood. She bit her lip. Did he just hint at me? All men really are the same. After a long silence, he spoke up and broke the illusion. Get the crystal out. When he comes to the mansion tomorrow, I want to see what he really looks like. He added, I heard Ruxue is engaged now. Ask the manager to invite him over. Bring her fiancé too. If she's so pretty, she must have found a really outstanding guy from a big family. The manager gave a bitter smile. Miss, you probably don't know her fiancé's Lin Chen. Commander Chan was stunned. That Lin Chen staying with the Jiang family? Isn't he a mute and has no spiritual roots? Ruxue must be out of her mind. No way, am I not a mute with no spiritual roots? Ruxue's gone crazy. No, I've got to talk him out of this marriage. And talk to Ling Chen too. You're a man, be a man. Can't you stand on your own? After leaving the fair, I didn't go back to the Prime Minister's mansion.
Instead, I went to the city lords.
I took out the Blood Palace token at the gate. So young and you killed a Blood Palace member? A hero born young. You're qualified to train at the Cloud Pool once. Follow me. In a corner of the city lord's mansion, there are 2 secret rooms side by side. Under the rooms is a spiritual pool thick with misty energy. When I arrived, a woman in purple was already at the door. She was very tall and slim. Her waist was tiny, a stunning face, but icy and distant, like a fairy in a painting. She just glanced at me and could tell my level in one look. You're late. 4th level, key refining, almost complete. Then she picked a room to cultivate by herself. The spiritual pool's been open more than 3 years now. The energy here is not what it used to be. Only those at 1st or 2nd key level really have a chance to break through. If you're over the 4th key level, it's tough to improve. Unless your spiritual roots are amazing, or you have advanced techniques. Top roots and high techniques. I nodded slightly and went into the other room. Shortly after, City Lord the Jifeng hurried over. Fairy Liu is in there. She's already cultivating. The daughter of the Azure Cloud sect leader can't be neglected. As soon as she's out, let me know right away. I noticed someone else in the other room. I frowned and asked about it. Then let it go. A nobody kid. He won't affect Fairy Liu. I'm already lost in cultivation. My transparent spiritual root feels like a giant tree. He won't affect Fairy Liu. I'm already totally focused on cultivating again. My see-through spiritual root is like a massive tree. Its roots greedily sucking in all the energy around. Qingfeng Sutra runs at the same time. It's speeding up absorption. Both work perfectly together. All the energy here seems to rush to me, like it's being summoned. The girl in purple next door suddenly woke up. She felt the energy all flowing toward me. Her cold face showed confusion. I'm training with my sect's top technique. My root is grade 7 quality. I should be pulling more of it. She tried her technique again, trying to grab more energy. But the energy here didn't stay. It actually drained even faster. Is that person's root way better than mine? She just stopped cultivating and stood outside the room, peeking through the gap in the door. She sensed huge amounts of energy being swallowed, like there was a black hole inside, absorbing so fast. Could he be the newly detected 9th grade spiritual root? She stared at the stone door intently, challenged by the rivalry. She snuck out behind her father this time, just to see for herself. This amazing 9th grade spiritual root. What's so great about him? There was a muffled boom in the room. A 5th key level surge came out. He broke through here. How? The energy here is so weak. He seriously did it. The purple-robed girl shimmered gold too. She clenched her fists unconsciously. No wonder, 9th grade spiritual root. But with my root and technique I can barely do that too. 9th grade doesn't seem that much better than mine. But after just a cup of tea's time, a blast sounded inside again. A strong surge of 6th key level energy rushed out. The girl's pretty face finally looked shocked. Another wave of 6th level energy shot out. She really looked amazed now. In just a cup of tea. From 5th level to 6th, she realized full power couldn't get her that far. A bitter taste filled her mouth. So that's the gap between 9th and 7th grade roots. But she wasn't ready to give up. He should be stuck now too. The jump from 6 to 7 is huge. It took me 10 days myself. Time just kept ticking by. No more sounds at all inside. It seems she was right. Time was almost up. The guard captain moved to knock and remind him. But suddenly, a huge rush of energy blasted out from the secret room. The captain nearly lost his balance. 7th key level. All in just an hour. From 4th level to 7th level key refinement. The girl in purple couldn't stay calm anymore. Her cold eyes were full of shock. Impossible. That's only 2 grades apart. How can the gap be so wide? She felt totally defeated. Her heart almost collapsed. Her proud 7th grade root was nothing next to a 9th grade root. I left the room drenched in sweat and saw the purple-robed girl was out too. I realized my training disrupted her and quickly bowed. Miss, sorry about that. The girl gave me a complicated look and memorized how I look. She bit her lip and said, I'm Liu Qingshen. Remember my name. Catch up to me someday, and we'll have a showdown. Then she finished talking, took off a purple token at her waist and tossed it to me. Keep this. If your life's ever in danger, don't die on me after I take it out. He stormed off. I was left totally confused. How did this happen to me? He suddenly wanted to challenge me, and even tossed me a token. I scratched my head and walked away, puzzled. Liu Qingshen left Guzhou City. She rode off on a white crane. As she flew up, a shadowy cloud covered her. She looked up. It was a giant blue eagle. A stern-looking middle-aged man stood atop it, hands behind his back. When she saw him, she was shocked. She quickly bowed down. Disciple of King Yun's sect. Liu Qingshen greets Vice Chief Chen of the Tianji Pavilion. This man was one of Tianji Pavilion's 12 vice chiefs. Chen Zhengdao had come to take Lu Zheng away. Someone from the Tianji Pavilion. Your father is looking everywhere for you.
He glanced at Guzhou City below. He knew she came to check on that grade 9 spirit root.
So, how was it? He was way too harsh. Chen Zhengdao froze. In his memory, Liu Qingqing was always defiant. Now she was actually crying from how wronged she felt. After hearing the story, even Chen Zhengdao didn't feel like smiling. No way someone could reach key training level 4 from ordinary spiritual energy in just 1 hour, let alone reach level 7 at perfection. I have a grade 8 spirit root, and I'm not even half as fast as you say. Seeing Chen Zhendao also shocked, Liu Qingqing felt better inside. Even someone with an 8th grade root got shown up. Why not just check yourself, Vice Chief Chen? Anyway, I gave him my Qingyun token so he's easy to find. Later. She sang a cheerful tune and left on the white crane. Chen Zhendao stood there muttering in shock after she left. Is the gap between grade 9 and grade 8 really that big? I don't buy it. When I got back to the Jiang residence, I found it was total chaos. Servants were rushing to place flower baskets, wiping down tables and chairs. Even Jiang Zhengye himself jumped in. What's going on? Just now the city lord sent word at top speed. Someone from the Tianji Pavilion is here. That guy from Tianji Pavilion who's here for the grade 9 spirit root has finally arrived. Lin Chen, why are you spacing out? Get back to work, hurry. If you mess up my big moment, not even 10 heads can save you. I casually tossed my rag to the ground and wrote, what does your business have to do with me? Such an idiot. Today's the day I finally make it big. So many people want to cling to me, but I don't have time for them. You get a chance to wipe my seat and you just waste it. Jenner, ignore that mute. Some people are just born low. That's just fate. Qin Changsheng came in upon hearing the news and smiled with cupped hands. Young Master Lu, congratulations. Just a little gift to show our respect. Hope you'll look after our Qin family in the future. Several strong men behind him carried a few chests of low-grade artifacts. Everyone gasped in shock. That's gotta be at least 300,000 taels of silver. Lu Zheng accepted everything without hesitation. Good timing, Master Qin. Everyone working here gets a bottle. But for someone who thinks too highly of themselves, forget about it. So, everyone in the family and house staff happily got a bottle of key training elixir. Only I was left empty-handed. Now Lin Chen must be regretting it. It all started at dawn. Regretting it now, huh? You just missed out on a bottle of low-grade key refining elixir. I rubbed my chest. Let the 10 bottles of top-grade key refining elixir inside be less uncomfortable. Then I calmly began to write. If I were you, before joining the Heaven's Secret Pavilion, I would never accept this gift. Look at him, he even dreams of being me. I'm willing to give it. Young Master Lu is willing to accept. Mind your own business. I looked at Qin Changsheng and smiled. I'm just worried the Qin family head will regret this. Now that I'm close to the top-tier spiritual root, I really can't find a reason to regret. Just then, a strong gust of wind hit. A giant blue eagle slowly descended over the Jiang estate. A figure radiating stubborn energy jumped down. Lu Zheng held his breath and looked at me.
He said, my moment of glory has come.
Just watch me make it big. Watch me become a true dragon among the heavens. As Chen Zhendao landed, Jiang Zhengye led Lu Zheng. Everyone from the Jiang family went out together, kneeling to welcome him. We welcome the honored guest from Heaven's Secret Pavilion. Chen Zhendao smiled gently and nodded slightly. I'm Chen Zhendao, deputy leader of Heaven's Secret Pavilion. Everyone was shocked. We all thought the guest was just a steward or something. Who knew it would be a deputy leader? Heaven's Secret Pavilion values top-tier spiritual roots, much more than we thought. So who's the one with a top-tier root? Everyone looked straight at Lu Zheng. All eyes full of envy and excitement focused on him. Together, Lu Zheng felt super proud. He saluted and said, Lu Zheng greets Deputy Leader Chen. Chen Zhendao hurried over and personally helped him up. Very good, very good. You're quite impressive. Chen Zhendao smiled and shook his hand. No need to be nervous. Actually, we're sort of from the same place. I was born in the neighboring city, Bilu. 30 years ago, I was found to have an 8th level root. It shocked Heaven's Secret Pavilion. Now, 30 years later, you're found with a top-tier one. Another shock. We really have a connection with Heaven's Secret Pavilion. Everyone suddenly understood. So Chen Zhendao was that genius from Bilu City back then. He took the initiative to get close with Lu Zheng, meaning if Lu Zheng joins the pavilion, he'll definitely get help. Qin Changsheng gripped his fist with excitement and muttered, See, I, Qin Changsheng, never made the wrong choice. Chen Zhendao talked with Lu Zheng for a while, and when they became acquainted, got to the main point. Everyone walked to the main hall. Chen Zhendao sat alone at the top. The rest had to stand on either side, not even daring to breathe. Xiaolu, I've heard about your top-tier root's power. On my way here, even that cold girl from the Qingyun sect was made to cry by you. Can you show us a demonstration? Lu Zheng nodded and walked to the center of the hall. But he felt just showing his root's power wasn't enough to show off its strength. Deputy Leader Chen, can we spar instead? Chen Zhengdao nodded without hesitation. Who do you want to spar with? Lu Zheng secretly laughed, then pointed at me with both hands inside his sleeves. Looking formal, sneering in his heart again, he pointed at me with hands in sleeves, acting calm and collected. Minkin, are you brave enough to compete with me again? Chen Zhengdao followed his finger and looked at me. He saw that I could only reply by writing. He was surprised? A mute? Deputy Leader Chen, you may not know. My beloved got taken by him through an engagement contract. To win her back, I challenged him. But he used dirty tricks to beat me. I'm not convinced and want Deputy Leader Chen to be our witness, so I can win my love back fairly. Chen Zhengdao frowned slightly. A mute could beat a top-tier spiritual root. Liu Yingshuang quickly tried to cover up, reporting to Deputy Leader Chen. It's true, Lin Chen used to help us, so he forced my oldest daughter to marry him. He glanced at the Jiang family members, pressuring them to back up the lie, but maybe out of guilt or fear of Deputy Leader Chen's authority. No one dared to speak up, but Qin Changsheng suddenly spoke up and quickly said, Deputy Leader Chen, our Qin family's reputation guarantees this is true. With two witnesses, Chen Zhengdao's face turned cold. He looked at me with authority, using favors as leverage. Isn't that the same as forcing someone? Dare to fight Lu Zheng with your own strength. Jiang Ruxue was shocked. It's obviously the Jiang family who broke their word and changed the engagement. How did I suddenly become the one at fault? He opened his mouth to explain, but I stopped him. I wrote, there's no point in arguing. If it can be solved with fists, there's no need for words. Then I looked at Lu Zheng. How do you want to compete? If fist can't solve the problem, there's no need to argue. Then I looked at Lu Zheng. How do you want to compete? Let's compete in strength, of course. I quickly wrote, fine. Lu Zheng sneered inside. He was at key refining level 5. He had been practicing the Jiang family's sword technique secretly lately. But in his eyes, I just got lucky and barely reached level 3. Lu Zheng drew his sword and pointed it at me from a distance. Today he's going to crush me.
Take my girl.
And prove to the world the power of a top-tier root. I still went on and walked to the center of the hall with hands behind my back. I casually beckoned him with a finger. How clueless do you have to be to provoke a top-tier spiritual root? Just wait until he's lying there like a dead dog. Then I'll ask if he feels regret. Chen Zhengdao also shook his head, daring to act so arrogant in front of a top-tier root. This kid's too cocky. Lu Zheng was enraged and snorted coldly, with a move called splitting the mountain.
He slashed at me with the power of key refining level 5.
I smiled. After all this time, Lu Zheng still hasn't improved. The sword shadow came at me, so I released my key refining level 6 power, flicked his sword with my key-infused finger, far more than Lu Zheng could handle, and instantly knocked his sword flying. Lu Zheng froze, still confused about what happened. I changed my move and struck his face with my palm. He panicked and tried to use his power, and punched at me, shouting, trying to save face. But in the clash, his heavy body was sent flying by my palm, crashing into a table before stopping. The whole place went silent, dead silence. Only the sound of me calmly brushing my sleeve remained, and the words I wrote down. Top tier. Dead silence. Only the sound of me calmly brushing my sleeve remained, and the words I wrote down. Top tier spiritual root. Nothing much. Top tier root defeated. And he lost so quickly. Jiang Luoxi's bright eyes flickered. She stared thoughtfully at Lu Zheng, whose mouth was full of blood. Liu Yushuang helped him up, feeling bad for him. Zhengger, were you being too careless? Qin Changsheng quickly pulled out a healing pill, one he usually wouldn't use for himself. He stuffed it into Lu Zheng's mouth. Young Master Lu, don't let 10 years of friendship make you careless. Vice Pavilion Master Chen is watching. Everyone started talking at once. They all thought Lu Zheng's defeat was just an accident. But Chen Zhengdao frowned. Obviously, Liu Qing said, He saw with his own eyes the ninth grade spiritual root break through from the fourth layer of key refinement, all the way to the seventh layer of key refinement. Why would someone at the sixth layer beat him so easily? He stared at Lu Zheng, looking him over again. Are you really ninth grade spiritual root? If you lied to me, do you know what happens? The Jiang family was shocked. This defeat actually made people question Lu Zheng's identity. Lu Zheng's pupils shrank.
He quickly stood up.
Vice Pavilion Master Chen. I swear to the heavens, one did not lie. I really tested as a ninth grade spiritual root that day. I just underestimated my opponent. Let's have another match. Lin Chen nodded slightly. He looked at me again. What do you think? He can't beat me. I held back my level just now. I only used less than half my strength. Even so, Lu Zheng couldn't beat him. He's not a ninth grade spiritual root. Lu Zheng was furious, like an angry lion. Lin, you call this sneak attacking a real win? Get on your knees.
He lunged forward again,
Pouncing like a hungry tiger. He wanted to win too badly, so he left a lot of openings. I waited for the right moment,
dodged casually.
then hit his chest with sword and foot. Lu Zheng went flying again. This time, he spat blood. He was injured inside, lost twice. The whole Jiang family was speechless. More people caught on that something was wrong. They started to question if he really had a ninth grade spiritual root. Chan Zhendao snorted lightly too. Ninth grade spiritual root? Really? He pulled out a tiny bronze ruler and tossed it in front of Lu Zheng. Test again. Lu Zheng grabbed the bronze ruler. He glared at everyone in anger. Jiang Zhengyang wanted the family to thrive together. Too bad you all doubted me. Young Master Lu, I believe you. Lu Zheng patted him on the shoulder. He gripped the Kingping ruler with 5 fingers. Its energy surged from the base. Grade 1, Grade 2, Grade 3, then it slowed down, climbing up like a snail. Low Grade 3, Mid Grade 3. It nearly reached High Grade 3, but couldn't go any higher. A dead silence filled the place. Lu Zheng tested again as a ninth grade spiritual root, but the result was only Mid Grade 3. Even Lu Zheng was stunned. How could this be? I clearly tested as ninth grade spiritual root. Maybe the bronze ruler is faulty. Jiang Luoxi finally couldn't take it and stood up. She grabbed the bronze ruler. Waves of energy shot up. She broke right past the 3rd grade and reached the blue section, 6th grade spiritual root. Jiang Luoxi looked at Lu Zheng, relieved. Seems like the bronze ruler works fine. So the problem is with your test result. The whole crowd erupted. What the heck? He was never a ninth grade spiritual root.
He's not even a ninth grade spiritual root.
I spent days flattering him for nothing. So gross. You got off easy. Someone even threw themselves at him. And he wasted it all. They just lost their dignity. But was anyone worse off than the Chen family head? He got all 300,000 as gifts. Even split everything up. Shut up. My precious Jenner is definitely not a 3rd grade average. Mom, are you still hoping? You should have noticed the first time he fought Lin Chen. 3 days.
He had the ninth grade spiritual root plus Qin Chen Shang's support.
Yet he still lost to Lin Chen. I doubted his spiritual root back then. He spoke quickly. Finally, his suppressed feelings were released. He's the real genius of Guizhou City. 6th grade spiritual root is still the best. Lu Zheng felt a bit better. It's still the top one. Only Zhang Ruoxi with the 6th grade spiritual root matches. I'm just 3 grades short. Not so bad. But Chan Zhendao looked pale and expressionless. He put away the bronze ruler, then said something that shattered Lu Zheng, who says Guizhou City doesn't have a ninth grade spiritual root. It's just not you. Lu Zheng's eyes widened.
His slightly comforted heart
Got crushed again. His blood boiled inside. He spit out a mouthful of blood, fell weakly to the floor, kept twitching. Jiang Ruoxi was also badly shaken. He bit his silver teeth in frustration. There really is a ninth grade spiritual root in Guizhou City. Maybe the testing tower was off? No idea. How did the tower mistake a 3rd grade average talent for a ninth grade level? Still, Guizhou City showed a ninth grade result. And there really is a true ninth grade spiritual root here. The daughter of the Azure Cloud sect leader. Saw her not long ago. Felt inferior before. He frowned. Liu Qing once said the Azure Cloud order was left to them. But the other side never revealed it. So how could he recognize them? Had to call Liu Qing back to help find it. Jiang Ruxue clenched his fist. I'd like to know too. Just who is this 9th grade spiritual root genius? Jiang Ruxue looked shocked. Even 8th grade roots fall short by miles. His 6th grade is even further behind. Thinking about that, he started to accept it. He even imagined how amazing that 9th grade prodigy must be. Mumbled, they must be a true dragon among men. At that moment, he saw me resting my chin on my hand, standing deep in thought. It felt irritating. I really stole the show today. People are stunned by my key level 6. But the more impressive I am, the more it proves he misjudged me. Lin Chen beat the 9th grade spiritual root. You must be proud, right? Jiang Ruxue said coldly. Lu Zheng never trained seriously these years. His foundation is shaky. Sword skills never mastered. Beating him isn't a big deal. I was just thinking, who's that 9th grade spiritual root Chen Zhengdao mentioned? Even the Azure Cloud sect leader's daughter feels inferior. The person must be really incredible. Wonder how my transparent spiritual root compares. I just glanced at Jiang Ruxue. Didn't care much. I turned and smiled at Jiang Ruxue, writing, surprised, right? Jiang Ruxue looked at me, her eyes shining, nodded over and over. So surprised? She kept looking at me, eyes shining, nodded again and again. She's really thrilled. Xiaofan, you're amazing. I totally ignored Jiang Ruxue, only cared about Jiang Ruxue's reaction. He felt strangely upset, like he was being outdone by his sister. Chen Zhengdao got up to leave, didn't let the Jiang family see him off, jumped onto his flying sculpture and took off. Jiang Zhengye collapsed, leaned back in the chair, sighing in relief. Thankfully, Deputy Master Chen is generous. Didn't go after us for that fake 9th grade spiritual root mess. Otherwise, we'd be in big trouble. But it's not over yet. A furious roar exploded out of nowhere. Lu Zheng's group looked toward the sound, saw Qin Chengsheng's face twisted with anger. You worthless idiot. Lu Zheng wasn't the biggest loser this time. He only got exposed and enjoyed several days of 9th grade treatment. The highest privileges. Qin Chengsheng paid the real price. It started with 10 bottles of key liquid, whatever. Then just now he brought congratulatory gifts, worth 300,000 silver, an insane amount. Lu Zheng acted generous and split it all up. Can't even get the gifts back. Lu Zhen's face changed drastically. Please calm down, master. I'll find a way to repay you. Pay you back? With what? How will your Jiang family repay him? Qin Chengsheng's eyes turned red. He looked like he wanted to strangle Lu Zheng. Seeing Qin Chengsheng totally flip out, Lu Zheng finally realized, without the 9th grade spiritual root, the Qin family doesn't care about him at all. He's worthless to them. He was scared silent, hiding behind Liu Yinshuang. Get the money together in 3 days, or else don't blame me for showing no mercy.
He burst out with foundation stage power.
Pay me or else don't blame me for being ruthless. He unleashed his stage 1 cultivation. The Jiang family was terrified. Once he left, Jiang Zhengyang glared at Lu Zheng angrily. You troublemaker! Get out! The Jiang family doesn't need someone like you. If you kick Zhenger out, then kick me out too. You want Jiang family to pay this debt? 300,000 silver. The whole clan will be broke. Liu Yinshuang felt torn, but still wanted to protect her nephew. It's not Zhenger's fault. It's all Lin Chen's fault. If he hadn't brought bad luck next door, Zhenger wouldn't think he was 9th grade. Jiang Zhengye couldn't resist saying something fair. Honestly, Lu Zheng brought this on himself. He should pay the debt himself. Liu Ying saw she couldn't get her way, so she blamed it all on me. Why didn't you go easy on Lu Zheng? If you had, there wouldn't be all this mess. Jiang Ruxue was mad too. Auntie, you're way out of line. Lu Zheng's the one who kept bullying Xiaofan. Now you blame him for fighting back? They're not engaged yet. Lin Chen, hand over the betrothal gifts in 3 days. If I don't approve, the wedding won't happen. Jiang Ruxue turned pale. I took her hand, stopped her, picked up the pen with my other hand, and wrote, if you like the betrothal gifts, then keep your mouth shut from now on. I've tolerated Liu Yinshuang long enough. Letting Lu Zheng slide is one thing. But she keeps picking on Jiang Ruxue. Today I want her to stop letting Lu Zheng get away with it. and quit bullying Jiang Ruxue again and again. This time, I want him to never interfere with our marriage again. Liu Yingshuang glared fiercely. You're gutsy. If you really give me the betrothal gifts I want, I won't meddle in your business anymore. But remember this. I want a betrothal gift that satisfies me. Then just wait and keep your mouth shut. Liu Yingshuang stormed back to her room, face dark. Jiang Zhengye couldn't help but look at me differently. At least you've got some backbone. Seeing me stand up for Jiang Ruxue so boldly. As her father, he actually felt relieved inside. Everyone dispersed. Jiang Ruxue followed me back to the room, looking worried. She frowned and said, Xiaofan, you shouldn't have agreed. Do you know why Aunt wants this betrothal gift? To be accepted in just 3 days? I smiled, so you know everything. How come I don't know? He just wants a huge amount of silver to bail out his precious nephew. As long as the betrothal gift is more than 300,000 taels. Even if he doesn't want to agree, for Lu Zheng's sake, he'll have to. Jiang Ruxue hit my chest out of anger. You still agreed even knowing all that? That's 300,000 taels. Where are you gonna get it? I just shrugged, mumbled softly. Even the money houses don't have as much as me. I once promised to marry her with a grand ceremony. So even if Liu Yingshuang didn't ask for a pricey betrothal gift, I was gonna bring a generous one too. Night fell. After Jiang Ruxue left, I started practicing breathing techniques. With what I learned today, it was a piece of cake. At dawn, I had 40 bottles of premium and 20 bottles of supreme key elixir in front of me. The supreme quality stuff worked even better than before. At dawn, I had 40 bottles of premium and 20 bottles of supreme key elixir in front of me. The effect was even better than yesterday. I sold most of the premium ones to the Chen family. That's another 400,000 taels, added to the 500,000 before. Now I've got 900,000 taels. I was just about to head out when Jiang Ruxue showed up grinning. She said, Xiaofan, Chen Silin invited me to his house and told me to bring you along. We're best friends. I want to ask him for help with the betrothal gift this time. She paused, then said seriously, when you meet him later, you really need to make a good impression. He might be our only hope. Make a good impression? You mean make more key elixir? I laughed and touched my nose, then followed her to the Chen house. I could feel the weight of the key elixir in my arms, but I can't just bring it along to visit, right? I'd better sell it first. When we got close to the Chen house, I said, Ruxue, wait here for me. I'm gonna buy some snacks. I'll be there in a bit. Jiang Ruxue froze for a second, realized it was my first time at the Chen house. So I should bring a gift. You're so thoughtful. Hurry back. Commander Chen's a busy man. I nodded and slipped into the crowd, took the chance while she wasn't looking, to quickly change into other clothes, then went to the Chen family gate. The manager from Treasure Pavilion was waiting for Jiang Ruxue, but saw me instead.
He said in surprise, Senior?
Why are you here so early? Since last night till now, tons of people have been urging the Chen family to sell the premium magic elixir. Some even offered twice the price. Please come in, Senior. I'll take you to meet Miss Chen. In the Chen family's backyard, Chen Silin was practicing swordplay to calm her nerves. After a whole night of thinking, she still couldn't make a decision. Miss, the senior is here to deliver the magic elixir. Chen Silin was startled. She turned and saw me. He saw the mysterious soul master all bundled up. He was secretly pleased. He really keeps his word. Then he got anxious again. He quietly squeezed the broken crystal in his sleeve. He put down his sword. He rushed over. Her face flushed from exercise. Sweat dripped down her smooth chin. Her damp dance robe clung to her body. I couldn't help but glance again. Then I quickly looked away. I put 40 bottles of top spirit refining liquid on the table.
It's all here.
Chen Silin seemed a bit tense, because he kept watching me. Even though I just took another look, he still caught it. He quickly checked the refining liquid. Everything was fine. He handed over silver notes and 50 sets of materials on the spot. Senior, it's all here. He bit his lip a little. He kept his distance as he handed it over. I looked surprised. What's going on? I'm not gonna eat him. All right, I'll come back tomorrow. I put the stuff away, turned to leave. Wait, Senior. Chen Silin stopped me. Have some tea before you go. I made some special spirit tea. A maid brought it over. Jade green spirit tea. The smell was amazing. It's the best spirit tea for cultivation. You can't even buy it with money. I got excited, so I sat and took a sip. While I looked down, Chen Siling quietly took two thin, clear crystals and put them into her eyes.
Clairvoyant crystals.
She took a deep breath, then turned to look at me, secretly hoping. If only he wasn't too old. I feel better about it. But as the crystals worked through the layers of robes, revealing my face underneath, Chen Siling was stunned. Such a young face appeared, no older than her. His eyes weren't much older than hers either. Delicate features, handsome looks, an elegant, otherworldly vibe. He's nothing like a lecherous old guy. He's clearly a genius. And he's a level 2 soul master. Even the top soul master in King Yun sect is only level 2. What's wrong with you? I noticed his strange look. Chen Siling panicked inside. No, it's nothing. I felt something was off, so I put down my tea. I have things to do. So I left. As I walked away, Chen Siling kept staring at my back. The manager quietly said, "Miss, did you see clearly?" Chen Siling nodded, looking conflicted. The manager whispered even lower. "Well, so are you going to—" Chen Siling bit her lip. Her cheeks slowly turned red. "If I have to sacrifice for my family, I can consider it." Just then, a servant arrived. "Miss Jiang Ruxue. Miss Jiang is here." Chen Siling quickly tidied up and went to greet her. She saw Jiang Ruxue dressed in green, graceful and pretty. She was amazed. She went up and hugged her waist, pinched her chin, and teased, "Hey little lady, long time no see. You're prettier than ever." Jiang Ruxue blushed. "Aren't you embarrassed?" Chen Siling let go, covered her mouth and laughed. They'd known each other for years, knew each other's personalities. Jiang Ruxue looked him over. "You're in a good mood. Something good happened, huh?" Chen Siling took her to the backyard. She shared everything that happened lately. Jiang Ruxue looked conflicted after hearing. "Siling, are you really sure? Even if he's really young?" "Yeah, I've decided. Even if he's really young. But if he hinted at you like that, he's probably a player. He might sleep with you and not take responsibility." But Chen Siling figured it out. We're born into big families. There's no such thing as freedom. Even if I don't sacrifice myself, I'll end up with someone I don't like. Used for a political marriage, giving myself to a level 2 soul master makes no difference. Jiang Ruxue remembered she was forced to marry too. The only difference is, she married me. A really reliable guy. She held Chen Siling's hand with sympathy. "If you do that, it'll be hard to marry again." Chen Siling sighed. "If he takes responsibility after sleeping with me, I'll stay loyal to him. If he leaves, that's fine too. I'll just stay single forever, as long as he keeps his promise and trains soul master apprentices for the Chen family. That's enough for me." Jiang Ruxue felt sorry for her. She didn't want to keep talking about it, so Chen Siling changed the subject. "By the way, where's your fiancé? Didn't you say you'd bring him?" Jiang Ruxue looked apologetic.
He said it's his first time here.
So he wanted to bring a gift. He went to get something, but he's been gone a while, since our meeting time was near. I just came first. Chen Siling already had opinions about me. She snorted. "Can't even be on time. What kind of person is that?" A servant said, "Miss." Someone called Lin Chen says he's Miss Jiang's fiancé. Chen Siling wasn't happy. She said, "Let him wait outside." Jiang Ruxue hurried, "Siling, don't be like that. Fan is a good guy." Chen Siling got even more upset. "You think this fan is good?" Chen Siling just got angrier. She couldn't hold back anymore. She lectured seriously, "Ruxue, marriage isn't a joke. Your stepmom never treated you well, so you should marry into a powerful family. Protect your own happiness. What's wrong with you? You're marrying a mute." Jiang Ruxue got an earful, so she just explained she married for her sister. Chen Siling got it right away. "You're so naive. Your dad, stepmom, and sister, they're all in on it. Your stepmom just wants to tie you to a mute, ruin your whole life." She clenched her fist. "I can't watch you get hurt. Ask for the 300,000 bride price. No way I'll help them." Just then, a servant arrived. Mr. Lin is here." Chen Siling's eyes got sharp. "Good, let him come. I'm going to make him give up." Jiang Ruxue begged, "Siling, please don't hurt his pride." Chen Siling nodded. "Don't worry. I won't insult him. I just want to talk openly. Let's talk about your future. Steady footsteps approached. I followed the maid to the backyard, but got stopped. Only ladies are allowed inside here. Please wait here, sir, I muttered. Didn't I come in just now? Guess Chun Silin really has a grudge against me. Sure enough, her sharp voice called out. So you're Lin Chen, Jiang Ruxue's fiancé? I'm Yoren's good friend. I want to ask you a few questions. Please answer honestly. First, you're marrying Ruxue. Do you truly love her? Or are you just after her money? I threw over a note. A few more notes followed. Are you just living off her? I tossed over a note. A few more followed it. New silver notes. Chun Silin was stunned. 5 silver notes on the ground. All worth 10,000 each. That's 50,000 total. Jiang Ruxue was shocked too. Zhao Fan, how did you get so much money? I tossed another note over. Miss Chan, you can ask your second question. Chun Silin was a bit dazed. How could someone living under others for 10 years have so much silver? He tilted his head a bit. Even if you've saved up some, can you really protect Ruxue? The world outside is survival of the fittest. Are you sure you can keep her safe? There was silence over there. Chun Silin thought she hit a nerve. She argued, if you really love her, then let her go. You can't protect her. Before she finished speaking, the wall between us suddenly cracked. A huge hole appeared in the middle. Chun Silin immediately sensed my level and was shocked. Key condensation, level 7. At this cultivation, and that age, in Guizhou City, that's top tier. He blinked hard.
He asked Jiang Ruxue to confirm.
Didn't you say he had no spiritual roots? Jiang Ruxue gave a wry smile. Maybe he has been training quietly. I tossed another note over provocatively. Any more questions? Chun Silin gritted her teeth. So what if you have some skills? What can you offer Ruxue? If she marries into a big family, she have endless resources, all kinds of techniques. Do you have all that? Silence from the other side for a long time. A quiet tearing sound could be heard. Chun Silin thought I'd lost my temper. She felt secretly guilty. Her tone softened. Lin Chen, it's not that I'm against you, but Ruxue has suffered a lot. I just want what's best for her. Lin Chen, I'm not targeting you on purpose. It's just that Ruxue's had a tough life. I hope you'll let go. Let her marry the one she should. If you give up the engagement, I'm willing to offer you some top-grade refining liquid as compensation. But a small bundle was tossed over. Chun Silin had the maid pick it up. She opened it in front of Jiang Ruxue. 5 bottles of top-grade refining liquid appeared. Top-grade refining liquid. Where did you get it? Chun Silin was shocked. Only the Shan family sells it exclusively. Limit 1 bottle per person. It's impossible for anyone to have 5 bottles at once. This guy actually has some serious money. He admitted he underestimated me, but soon realized. At the bottom of the pouch, there was an unnamed technique book with a torn cover.
He picked it up, a bit stunned, and flipped it open.
Then jumped up from his chair. Her eyes were wide with shock. Imperial Extreme High-Level Heart Method. In Guizhou City, even the top families can only practice Imperial Extreme Middle Level. But I gave Jiang Ruxue a high-level one. No big family can provide such a top-tier resource. I threw over another note. Any more questions? Trying to persuade me, but Chun Silin got totally schooled instead. As a young lady, she'd never been treated like this. She gritted her teeth, grabbed her sword. Hey, come over here. Let me see for myself. Right in front of me. Are you still that cocky? Jiang Ruxue tugged her sleeve, half laughing, half crying. Commander, let it go. We just wanted a quick talk. Why are you getting physical? Don't stop me. I have to teach him a lesson today. Under her glare, a tall figure in blue walked through the moon gate. She saw my face. Just one look. Commander Chun froze on the spot like he'd been struck by lightning.